Got your attention now. Oh shit. Every time. Every time. Oh my gosh. That was from the first time I tried recording this. This is my fourth take, by the way. Same problems. No! But hello everyone, my name is Gage and happy 2026. Okay. When I mean that, I mean like by like, I hope y'all's individuals' lives. I just hope things in general are going all right. You know, I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But I just want to wish everyone the best while still reading the room a bit because like I'm not like that ignorant about what's about to be going on as a recent events. You know, stuff that kind of resembles like.
Angry mobs roam the city. Authorities are bracing for more rioting.
Like, I'm not ignorant to that, but I still just want to wish like everyone the best. Like that just happens to me while watching this. Like, you know, live the life the best you can, and I want to wish that for everyone at least. In all that stuff before like I get into my own personal stuff here, because I will say this, 2025 for me, without really going too into it, like it just didn't pan out the way it should have, and then like worse as it kind of went on a bit. But a lot of it on my like afflictions on my own, but outside of that was just like, what the freak. Like at first I was trying to continue doing YouTube related stuff, trying to do a little marathon, didn't really pan out the way I wanted to. Tried recording Baldur's Gate 3, and even though I have an entire episode like recorded, edited, all that stuff, I had an episode 2 recorded. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because I used all my energy from the first episode and I recorded immediately after. I was just quiet. Like I was immersed, but I was quiet, and it just, I was like, while watching it myself, I'm like, how could anyone get into this? And over the course of the year, I was rethinking of ideas of stuff that I've always kind of like want to, like, oh, can I do commentary stuff or go back to the game series stuff I've always thought about. But that was also around the time when, let's just say, a really close family member passed away back at the beginning of May. I've never seen it hit as bad as it did with anybody else. It hit not just, you know, my own main family and family members, but you know, everyone else on my mom's side. It was pretty much one of the main reasons why I didn't upload for months until, you know, later at the end of the year. So I was just kind of like, you know what, I'll just play some stuff and I'll try to redo some aspects, replay some games I really enjoyed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna practice doing this. But playing through Baldur's Gate 3, I was just all over the place. And even though I loved playing Baldur's Gate 3 the most, like it was definitely a massive highlight for me last year. I played through it twice. I just felt like I was just kind of playing it. And this kind of happened to me a couple of days ago too, when I was just like randomly booting up and playing it. It just felt a bit lonely playing it without realizing like if I'm like recording, I feel like I'm trying to talk to somebody, and not just like making like fun little commentary that I would say in conversations, but like even like little things I picked up on, or you know, or even like some insightful stuff, you know, just stuff that I would do like when I'm just playing with somebody or something, which has led to me wanting to continue doing this. But I'm getting I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Even when the year went on, I was distracting myself a lot, neglecting a responsibility I should have got last year, and it just got worse like bit by bit as just things just kind of happened slightly to even just minimal things. I was just like, okay, what is with my luck right now? Like to the point where it's honestly a miracle how well Christmas went and we all still had a good time. It really meant a lot. And I think this is the best way to say thank you everyone that watched the YouTube video, like the platform YouTube video that I put out at the end of the year. even though the video wasn't much, but in comparison to my other videos, I still want to thank everyone that did come in and that had similar sentiments as I did, because it was mainly like, you know, me getting frustrated, venting on like what's been building up on YouTube for years, along with getting personal about what I really wanted to do, like during the last third, and what YouTube should be pretty much. I don't want this to be an extension of that. I've already made a video into like this before. I don't want this to be that. I want this to kind of set the stage of why 2025 just kind of turned out the way it did, at least for me, and formulate what I want, like not necessarily a New Year's resolution, but just my overall goals for 2026, and trying to formulate, because so far I'm already making so much progress on one thing, and it is still related to from last year. These goals are what I really want to strive for, and most of them is content related, but I want to get this first one out of the way. Get my driver's license. That was a responsibility I neglected last year. It's just weird because within like the last month, I've been more and more comfortable driving across roads and busy hours more than ever. And even though there's still like some little things I still need to get used to, like that needs to be like more muscle memory, even around roads and other places I'm not familiar with in terms of turning and whatnot. Once I get those down to a T, I should be good. Just so my family doesn't have to worry about, you know, like bringing me, and then like coming to pick me up from work, and let me drive. But so like when I eventually do get my license, I can get to, like, instead of just being cooped out in my room and doing all this stuff, there are just some places like I just want to go visit, even just one-time stuff, like little places, or just going to the local GameStop to preserve the future of video games, the history of video games, or something like that, or just going out to explore. And like, it's that personal freedom to have while still being responsible of like the death machine you have on the road, you know, but still going around with that kind of responsibility. Like, it's something that I not only need, but it's a step towards going out and seeing what life is really like. So that is my first goal, and that is my number one priority. Like, I'm hoping for next month, maybe March, that will be the best. But now going forward for the rest of my goals, it's pretty much surrounded around YouTube, because like I said, this is something I'm still passionate about, that I still want to do, of me just playing through games, experiences as much as I can before the day I go. And it's gonna relate to another goal, but I want to get this out of the way first. Something I mentioned in the last video, the Resident Evil Marathon. I mentioned before that Charlie, Penguin Zero, Moist Critical did something like this last year, and it really got me into this Resident Evil movie, especially with Resident Evil 9 coming out. Like, it's just that thing where like it's all just aligning so well, because Resident Evil, I think Resident Evil is like my personal favorite gaming series I have grown up with for so long. Like, it's just my personal favorite gaming series ever, like since I was a kid, from Umbrella Chronicles, the original Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, playing through Darkside Chronicles, in like other games in between. Like, even in some of its lower moments I ended up playing when I was younger. Yes, was Operation Raccoon City a Gears of War clone with a Resident Evil skin on it? Yes. It was still fun for what it is. It's not a good Resident Evil game by any means, but it's the definition of mid. I think that like, there's some stuff that I do like, but there's just a lot of wasted potential and things that, like, really, like, why would you do it like this? But it was still fun. Even Resident Evil 6, like, as a big of a mess as that game is, it's still fun for what it's worth. But even then, there's still some problems, game design and writing wise. But that's a whole other discussion.
Why can't you fill me in yet?
Because you probably wouldn't believe me. That's why I want to show you.
What the fuck?
I love this series, and I feel like this is just the best time to do it, and I want the marathon to start with Resident Evil 9. And the hype around that for me is not just because like, oh, it's gonna be, you know, Leon's back, oh, like Grace is the daughter of Alyssa from Outbreak, we're going back to Raccoon City. This game, from everything that we have seen, feels like this culmination, this, like, it's, come on, it is the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil. It feels like they're gonna do what the devs did for the RE4 remake, where it was made with so much love and respect for the original, while still pretty much doing its own thing. Even a couple things in there were kind of a mixed bag, let's be real. Sadler. I'm hoping that this is what they're doing with RE9, but across the board, like as this massive celebration to the series. And given the fact that they have teased that there are gonna be other returning characters that is like cameos or something, they did say don't get your hopes up yet, but I'm mostly excited for what they got in store and how they're gonna tie it back all in something. That's why I'm excited about how they're gonna handle that. And after RE9, we're gonna go back to the very beginning with the original Resident Evil. This classic, yes, I actually own this back for. A lot of people forget that the RE1 remake and Zero were exclusive on Nintendo consoles for a long time. Now they're not. Then going to the original RE2, I really want to go back and finally play through what was pretty much a 40% build of the original, like Resident Evil 2-ish. That had Elza Walker in it, then the RE2 remake, and this is where like things are gonna get a little iffy with the order of Resident Evil games that I'm gonna be playing through. I want to play through the series in a way that's feels a bit more natural in terms of progressing from one game to the next. So be focusing more on the Raccoon City stuff around that time, and then going from Code Veronica and the Survivor games to RE0, then Umbrella Chronicles, then Darkside Chronicles, and then Resident Evil 4, you know, like trying to make them flow in a way that like makes sense. Like even going back and replaying them, it's not just gonna like games like I've replayed so many times. I just want to make some fun videos out of them. No, not really. This includes games I haven't played in either in years or only played just once. Games I haven't even beaten or never even played. So it's gonna be a unique experience regardless. It's something I just can't wait doing because I love Resident Evil, and I want to show that passion as time goes on. But given how I want to edit my videos, I don't know how long this marathon is going to be, but it's not going to be strict Resident Evil as it goes on, because I clearly still want to play other games in the meantime, and maybe take a bit of a break from, like, after playing through a few games, go straight to another game to kind of like not burn out, and then go back into like a few more games or something. Kind of depends, but we'll see how it goes. And I think this is the best way to segue into the next goal I want to have, and that is consistency. And I'm not talking about YouTube consistency, like the amount of videos I'm uploading or something like that. It's more or less like the type of games I want to play. Like, as much as I'm a variety guy, like you should be playing the games that you're genuinely interested in, but as long as like when you get like a dedicated, like even like smaller or like a consistent, like small, even big audience that comes back for, you know, like I said, how the way you provide the content and you as a person and the way you do the videos, they're now like back to watch like how like more of that, just with that type of game in it instead of just the game itself, because they're just gonna go watch somebody else do it. And it makes sense. Like, why, like as much as I love, like, oh, I want to go back and replay the Last of Us Part 2, but I also want to finish Astrobot. Oh, look, a Lego game. An RPG. Oh my gosh, wait, I did I supported Starfighter Afterlife. The beta is coming out soon. Yeah, you're gonna be kind of all over the place, like so much so that even the YouTube algorithm, you gotta think about that too, is gonna be kind of confused about that. It's just a bit. So since I want to do a Resident Evil marathon, I think it makes more sense that like, and because of how much I love the specific genre in general, that I'm kind of surprised I haven't dug more into like this genre in general. I want to do horror games. And it's crazy because horror gaming is as broad as you can freaking see it. From the AAA budget games to the well-made, like well done like AA games that I'm making, like, oh my gosh, that's cool, to the $5 like slop that you would find at a $5 bin at Walmart. But I think that's what makes the genre so interesting. It's like with Dead Meat and their kill counts. Like, just because they cover like most of the most prominent, even most recent or whatever franchises, does not mean that horror itself is going to stop. Horror is such a broad thing because we all fear something, or the way we do scary things and whatnot. So there's always going to be supply and demand for it. For crying out loud, there's so many YouTubers that even just do specific genres like that exclusively. But another reason why I picked horror is because I grew up with horror related stuff. I loved Halloween. I was really into Alien, especially when Alien Isolation was coming out. My favorite horror game of all time. I want to go back and replay that greatness. The first Terminator was pretty much a slasher flick. Saw, watching Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th, as like up and down that franchise is. I freaking watched Wrong Turn when I was like 14 or something. Yeah. I've always loved horror of some capacity. There's always some interesting, especially when you pull in some different ideas. And there's a variety of different ones that I either have not played in years, just like with Resident Evil games, but like games I've never played, and I want to go back and through. And I will say this, in one of the little breaks in between the Aria marathon, it will be giving the perfect excuse to play this. Yeah. I got this for Christmas because I have never gotten into Silent Hill for some reason. I always try and get into the series of some capacity, but I just never properly got into it. From playing Silent Hill Downpour when I had an Xbox 360 to trying to play through the playable teaser, you know, the Silent Hills demo on my friend's PS4 when he had it, but I never got to play it because I never got a PS4 until 2017. Thanks, Konami. And given for what everyone has said, I am so excited to play through the remake, and then I want to go back and replay through the original Silent Hill 2 to see how that holds up, because for some reason, like, retro horror games, even with limited technology, managed to hit different of some capacity, even with limited tech, at least like the furthest we went back then. Then Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4 The Room, Silent Hill Origins. I heard that game's not good, but you never know. I never played it. Content. Silent Hill The Shore. Why can I not? Silent Hill The Shore message of Silent Hill F just came out. Helped with the guy that created Higurashi. Yeah, that's a combination. Taking a break in the marathon will be my perfect excuse to finally get into Silent Hill and other horror games too that I haven't played or haven't played in years or never, or games I just want to go back and replay through anyway. But mainly ones I haven't played. Like, speaking of Higurashi, I never played through the original like visual novels of the same name. Like, I only watched through the anime series. I just played through Iron Lung. I cannot wait to edit that video. Like, I did have a bit of trouble the way it was, but I finally got around to it, and it was just smooth sailing from there. And yes, I did record Iron Lung mainly because the Markiplier movie is coming out, but it generally looks really interesting now that, like, I'm actually excited to see how the movie adapts the game. Oh, it's gonna be so good. At least I hope it's good, but I have faith. I try to be optimistic about stuff like this. Another game like that, but it's more like walking simulator, like psychological horror, mouth-washing. Crow Country, a survival horror indie game that kind of slapped apparently. Flesh Made Fear, a horror game that I backed on Kickstarter. It was my first Backstarter. Others. Backstarter.
What the f is an
Backstarter Kickstarter that I so supported, and I can't wait to see how it is, because I just love those kind of retro horror games, even like that harken back to old school horror games. I mean, and then there's Pub Combo, the games that they have made for years, the games that they have now published in their own publishing label, Torture Star Video. There's literally no end to horror games, but just because I'm playing through horror games does not mean like I'm not gonna play games of any other variety of some capacity. Like there's Mega Man Star Force: The Legacy Collection coming out on my birthday. That means so much to me, because I never beat the first Star Force when I was a kid. I was really into it on my Nintendo DS, and they're releasing the whole trilogy. I gotta at least make a one-off video and come back to it later. Or playing other games that are horror adjacent, or at least serious in tone, at least. I mean, doesn't BioShock count as somewhat of a horror game? And with that serious tone I was talking about, I mean, Cyberpunk can count, right? I mean, I've been wanting to go back and play through that and Phantom Liberty. Like, there are exceptions I will want to make, because there are other games I do genuinely want to play. But I want to stick to horror mainly like 90%, while like others are kind of like serious adjacent or have horror like elements in it. And to be fair, when I'm going through Resident Evil, that kind of tracks. But before the RE marathon, I do want to finish Black Ops 1 because of what happened in Black Ops 7, right? So I want to finish up that and hopefully squeeze in World at War before RE9 comes out, or I start playing RE9. Obviously, I already recorded Iron Lung. But with Poppy's Playtime Chapter 5 coming out, I think this is the perfect time to give it a go. But that's pretty much the plan. Like, I don't know what else we're going to be doing. You know, some games can come up and I'm going to be playing through them or something. But I do want to stick to mainly horror-related stuff, because it's such a broad genre. And I always loved horror. And I love feeling the intensity. And after playing Iron Lung... Oh! What was that? Yeah, that's going to be a fun time. With any other horror game. What are you doing, Dan? So those were pretty much the major goals that I want to accomplish this year. But there's just one more, like a little bit more personal one I want to put up here at the end. I want to see if we can maybe hit 1K subscribers. I don't expect to go any higher than that, or even way higher than that. I mean, as good, as cool and good that would be. I mean, I'm just a guy that wants to be passionate about the games I play, or even talk about it eventually in some videos or whatnot, and just make some fun videos. I want to put in at least some effort when it comes to that, and just hope we all have a good time. And I just want to at least have that connection with others, because it's something I've always lacked, even with like the few friends I do have. And it's kind of sad in that way, but it's just something I do at least want to accomplish a little bit. Like, and if I do get to even have like a small dedicated audience to grow from, or even or eventually grow into a massive audience over the years, I still at least want to have fun, connect with other people, and experience as much as I can before the day I die, whenever that day will be. And whatever goals y'all have, I hope y'all can at least accomplish them this year on some capacity. And if y'all can't, hey, there's always next year. Things will come and go. Life will throw you curveballs. I mean, dude, I'm recording this literally a week after I recorded the majority of this video, and stuff is going crazy right now. And I just hope everybody's safe out there, and just trying to make the best case of you and your family's life, and doing what y'all can to live life the best, or pave that way for others to live life the best of some like of some capacity, if y'all are in higher positions or something. I just want to wish everyone the best for this year, and I hope 2020 and 26 goes well. That's just really all I want to say. I hope you guys enjoyed my little yap session. Like the video if y'all did, subscribe if y'all want to see more, and comment down below about what y'all thought. And if any of y'all are new to the channel and you want to see more, hey, be sure to subscribe for more. I don't expect anyone else to find me here and see more of my stuff, but hey, welcome on aboard. For anyone that's still here, I hope y'all enjoy the journey, and let's make the most of it.